Before we get started, I just want you to know that Florence wrote this specifically for today's service. I think it'll become an annual event.
That was really lovely. Can you feel spring erupting in this room? I mean, there's a vibrancy and an energy here, and it's delightful. Our opening words this morning are by Alice Berry. Children of the earth and sky, we are nurtured, sustained, given warmth and light from above and below. Supported by earth's strong, firm crust, we build our homes, till the fields, plant our gardens and orchards. When we turn from self and seek to be aware, we will find holy light in human faces, in blossom, in birdsong and sky. Then earth is truly our home, and we are one with all earth's creatures, parents of earth's children yet to be. Let us celebrate the beauty of this day as we enter into worship together. Well, welcome once again to this day, to this celebration of Earth's beauty, to the reminder that each of us holds our own uniqueness that is made stronger in the embrace of community. This ceremony also reminds us of the need to take risks, to make difficult decisions, to remember that we are strong enough to bear disappointment, and through it all to continue to find and build new ways that seek to ever widen our circles of care. And as we've said a couple of times, this year marks the 100th anniversary of this ceremony that was created by Norbert Capek, a Unitarian minister from Czechoslovakia. And to tell the story of this beautiful ceremony, I'm borrowing the words of Teresa and David Schwartz because they really captured his story in a very lovely way. Norbert Capek's mother was a devout Catholic. His father was agnostic. He became an acolyte at the age of 10 in 1890 at St. Martin's Catholic Church. And in the years that followed, he became disillusioned. His priest was a cynic. At age 18, he was apprenticed to his uncle, a successful tailor in Vienna. And during that time, Norbert discovered the Baptists and became a minister. He founded almost a dozen churches from Ukraine to Budapest. Yet slowly, his faith became more and more liberal. He left Bohemia under government threat and accepted a call to serve at a Baptist church in New York City, until one day in 1919. That day, he wrote in his diary, "I cannot be a Baptist anymore, even in compromise. The fire of new desires, new worlds is burning inside me." Norbert and his wife, Maya, joined a Unitarian church in New Jersey in 1921 for the same reason a whole lot of you did. Their children liked the religious education program. That's the power of what our religious education can offer. And it's the power of our kids, too. We have an example here today. World War I ended. His home country was now independent, and he and Maya returned home to Czechoslovakia. His Unitarian church was the Prague Liberal Religious Fellowship. And in just 20 years, his church had 3,200 members, so he did some work. The traditional Christian communion service of bread and wine wouldn't meet the needs of his congregation because his church, like ours, had people who believed different things. Capek turned to the beauty of the countryside, to the beauty of flowers. In 1923, he developed the flower ceremony. He asked his congregants to bring a flower to church. From their gardens, the field, or the roadside, he invited each person to place their flower in a vase. There was the church community, no less unique for being united. Following the service, each person could take a flower from the vase, a different one than the one they had brought. Capek was a visionary minister with a church ahead of its time, a bold church, a church thinking beyond its doors, beyond what it thought was possible. It was a church that was willing to take risks. It was willing to make tough decisions, to bear disappointment, and to build a new way, first by building a church, and that church could then build up the world. That is our church. That was Capek's church. For this, all of these ideas of connection and beauty, for this, the Gestapo arrested him. The Nazis accused Capek of listening to foreign broadcasts and sent him to Dachau, the concentration camp. Even in starvation and torture, he held a flower ceremony with his fellow prisoners, finding whatever flowers they could amongst the weeds of the camp. They testified to a beauty larger than themselves, a love that would outlive them. The Nazis killed Norbert Capek, but his spirit, his courage, and commitment live on today. Those qualities have passed now to us to make them real. His wife, Maja, brought the flower ceremony to the Unitarian Church in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1940. What we are about to do is not a historical reenactment of something over and done, but an affirmation of our continuity with the generations of struggle for ever-widening liberty. This flower ceremony, lovely though it is, isn't a diversion from ugly reality, but a gentle fierceness which proclaims that in the midst of sinister days, there is always, always the light of beauty. We are here not to recall something that happened, but to remember something that is happening, to remember, to put it back together again. And in that remembering, may we put ourselves back together again, each as a part of the body of this community, out of many, one. Today, we celebrate this ritual of some solemnity and joy. As Capek asked his people to bring a flower and celebrate beauty, so have we. We will begin with a blessing of the flowers with the words of Reverend Dr. Peter Samojowski. He is the current minister of the Prague Unitarian congregation in the Czech Republic, so that should come up on the screen momentarily.
These words I offered as a meditation over the flowers before their distribution. In the name of what is holy, in the name of what is good, in the name of that which gives life, we have gathered here in this place today. We have been given life to live under the aspect of eternity, for that is the source of happiness. To work on ourselves and bring happiness into our lives, to be as valid as possible to others with whom we are connected by invisible relationships. You, the flowers, remind us of the wonderful simplicity of the natural order, and that we too are a part of it. You remind us of the beauty and harmony of diversity. You remind us that one can feel and perceive and live unity in diversity, and diversity in unity. Let the spirit of creative life unite us as it reigns among us.
It is time now for us to share in this beloved tradition, in the flower communion. And I ask that as you each in turn approach the communion vase, that you do so quietly, reverently, with a sense of how important it is for each of us to address our world and one another with gentleness, justice, and love. I ask that you select a flower different from the one that you brought, one that particularly appeals to you. And as you take your chosen flower, noting its particular shape and beauty, remember to handle it carefully. It's a gift that someone else has brought you. It represents that person's unique humanity and therefore deserves your kindest touch. And friends at home, if you have flowers in your garden or home, take some time today to look upon them, to marvel and wonder at the beauty of creation, and know that you are held most dearly in the heart of this community. And this ritual, even though you are not physically present at this time, is so embracing of you as well. Florence is going to provide some gentle music as we share quietly in this ritual of oneness and love. So you're welcome to come forward and select a flower.
For the Flowers Have the Gift of Language by Richard S. Gilbert. I don't believe any relation to our own Ron. Who knows? Speak, flowers, speak. Why do you say nothing? The flowers have the gift of language. In the meadow, they speak of freedom, creating patterns wild and free as no gardener could match. In the forest, they nestle, snug carpets under the roof of leaf and branch, making a rug of such softness. At end tip of branches, they cling briefly before bursting into sweet fruit to taste. Flowers, can you not speak to our sadness and hope to our fear? Can you not say how it is with you that you color the darkest corner? The flowers have the gift of language. At the occasion of birth, they are buds before bursting. At the ceremony of love, they unite two lovers in beauty. At the occasion of death, they remind us how lovely is life. Oh, would that you had a voice, silent messengers of hope. Would that you tell us how you feel, arrayed in such beauty. The flowers have the gift of language. In the dark depths of a death camp, they speak the light of fire. In the face of cruelty, they speak of courage. In the experience of ugliness, they bespeak the persistence of beauty. Speak, messengers, speak, for we would hear your message. Speak, messengers, speak, for we need to hear what you would say. For the flowers have the gift of language. They transport the human voice on winds of beauty. They lift the melody of song to our ears. They paint through the eye and hand of the artist. Their fragrance binds us to sweet-smelling earth. May the blessing of flowers be upon you. May their beauty beckon to you each morning, and their loveliness lure you each day, and their tenderness caress you each night. May their delicate petals make you gentle, and their eyes make you aware. May their stems make you sturdy, and their reaching make you care.